Montana. We just crossed the Idaho border a little while ago. Dude, I'm just tired right now. So tired.
By the time we got on stage, I think buses were just streaming out the door because, you know, parents don't want their kids out till midnight on a school night. So
Great Falls is where the Satanic Bible was written.
time number 3, neighbors called again, police, 1 dB down. Because now I can say we played a rock and roll show that got shut down by the police.
We called Lewistown, I mean, if I remember, I mean, it couldn't have been more than a week or so before we got there. And they put us into their high school gym. It's where my wife is from, so my in-laws were there. And what I was so excited about was my wife and daughter were going to be waiting there for me. So I was really excited to get there. What I like about those small towns is that they really appreciate us coming.
I had no idea it was so late. Grandpa did not get a sound check.
Well, 1 minute, 30-second sound check. Yeah. The deal is...
Should sound good then.
Oh, it's good for your confidence, huh, Steven?
I'll just stop the show. I'll just stop it. I'm not scared.
As the tour progressed, the guys from Jonah33 especially were just really encouraging us as a band that they were really excited about the direction that the songs were going and just the writing. And we were just talking about, you know, what sound we were going for. And Josh Dugan is an extremely gifted musician. He's a drummer for Jonah33, but he is one of those guys that it fascinates me. Every musical instrument he picks up makes sense to him, is how he described it. And he can basically play anything that he wants. And so he was like, man, you guys need to have an acoustic rhythm guitar and I'll sing harmonies with you and stuff. And so we sat backstage before the Lewistown show and I went through the set and he learned it all in like 5 minutes and came out and played.
The thing about him is that he's extremely talented. The kid, I can say kid because he's like a year or two younger than me, but he's really not all that young anymore, I guess. But anyway, he could play almost any instrument, and it just makes sense to him, and that's like really intimidating because the bass barely makes sense to me, and that's my main instrument. So.
Now there's a couple ways to take how quickly Josh picked up our songs, and A, he's really good, or B, we're really bad. We rehearsed a lot, and we felt we worked really hard to get things sounding as good as they were, and then Josh comes in and learns it all in 5 minutes. It's like, what gives? What happened there?
I think that it kind of created a little bit of tension between him and Vince. Vince didn't really, Vince wasn't sure why, but he just said it just kind of bothered him.
Oh yeah, it's gonna need a few more you guys to get me.
But it was really fun for us, and Josh would change and put on his Pivitplex clothes for how he felt he should look for that, and then after the Jonah33 set. But I was mainly just fascinated that he could do it, but it also sounded really great.
Well, there's a lot of debate about how I move on stage. I am the guy who's kind of the busiest on stage because I'm switching between keyboards and guitars, and you know, I've got to worry about, you know, my pedal board, and I've got to worry about my amp back there and everything else that's going on. So oftentimes the movement goes by the wayside. Scott is the performance coach of the bunch because he has a natural ability for movement, and he's told me several times I may want to think about moving a little more, and then sometimes he tells me to move a little less. I think what he's trying to tell me all the time is just to be passionate about it, and whether I'm not moving or whether I'm moving, I just got to look good doing it. So that's what I do nowadays. If there's an animal to describe the way I move on stage, I hope people would think that I move like a panther, because they're, you know, really sleek and smooth animal. Unfortunately, the comment that I get most is just more sort of like a poodle.
I go like this. Oh, right. I like the warm-up. Let's go, Eagles!
I've videotaped myself several times and I don't see poodle.
Should I wear a Type 1 shirt with Type 1 jeans?
Yes.
Just be denim?
You're a total advised walking billboard.
Denim man!
Oh, I'm a denim.
Well, Scott, he probably worries the most about his hair than anybody. But at the same time, it always looks the coolest, probably. Josh, yeah, he's probably the high maintenance man in the bunch. He likes to look good. He likes to be stylish with the clothing, and again wears the tight women's jeans and the hats. He likes to accessorize, and he does a good job at it too, I must say.
Rainbow gay scarf. Gay and proud. Just kidding.
Whoa.
You know, we're taking back the rainbow. God created it. It's great. Can't be the gay homosexual symbol.
We're also taking back Subaru Outbacks.
Would you like a cert? Not that you need it. That's funny.
I kind of probably do.
Work done.
That's awesome.
Test 1, 2. Hey.
You did like 5 measures.
I added one?
Yeah. It's okay, dude.
I was hoping
Why can't we count that anymore?
You have a headache?
Sorry.
It's such a bad headache. Every time I stop singing to breathe, I'll be like, oh, I had to like wince my eyes. It hurts so bad.
Good job on getting through it, man.
You know what? I just pushed through it. And I pushed through New York again. We have a losing season. We're just gonna have to rebuild on that song for next season because.
The only problem is me, and I don't
Well,
know
it's the
what
drums,
problem is.
isn't it?
And friends are friends forever, if the Lord's the Lord of them. Would you like a piece of bread? It's kind of hard and crusty then.
No.
But
I
all
picked
you
the
like
crust
to
up and I
know,
just did the middle.
something to know.
Hey, let's do New York better tomorrow.
Okay.
Host homes are I don't know, one of those things that are sort of hit and miss. They can be a great experience and they can be a not great experience. Some of the best friends that we have throughout the country, we met because they had us in their house and hosted us for a night, and we established friendships, and then every time we go back to that city we stay with them, and so over time it gets easier and easier to be with them, and really actually some pretty cool friendships have been formed through that.
Hey, if we watch a movie, will that bother you?
Oh, no, just don't turn on the speaker stuff.
So you mean I can't haul a few items in?
We've had experiences at host homes that have been amazing, and if every experience like that would happen, it's actually better than a hotel.
The problem is every once in a while you get to a home and it's actually a little bit scary.
Literally, Josh and I slept in the same bed because like I said, we adamantly volunteered for the bed because we thought that'd be a good idea. When I got in there, I didn't want to take my shoes off because the carpet had scrambled eggs and stuff in it. And I stood there for about a half hour just confused what to do.
One time, I'm not sure, I woke up to a dream experience, and I didn't know what was going on because when I woke up in the morning I was sort of in a daze and all I heard was yelling and screaming in Spanish. And I guess I thought I was in America, but at that point I wasn't sure. And this apparently people who we were staying with were arguing in our, right in the room next to us, and we woke up and were terribly uncomfortable.
But the bad thing was, and one of the things we've learned, is always drive yourself to your host home so that you can bail out.
The Billings concert was probably the highlight of the tour, in my opinion. That was basically the hometown show, and we got there. People actually were pretty excited to come see us play.
Under train real quick?
We're doing that tonight.
He wants to do it.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to do it yesterday. You're like, no, but Josh comes in the band. I'm like, okay, Josh, we'll play what else song you want.
We were expecting it to be a fun show, but it was even better than we expected. Like, we sold out the place. It was packed. It was like standing room only, and it was like shoulder to shoulder people, and they were chanting. And
It's a good crowd to have here 45 minutes before the show. 300 people here 45 minutes early. And then we can get set for this thing. We're also going to start with the video tonight. So we need
Cool.
someone to MC.
how's the look, Joby?
Do that if we don't find anybody else. I have a dance routine that Josh and I would like to open the
My little buttercup.
sweetest smile. Sweet little buttercup. Yeah, that's,
Won't you stay a while? What is it? Oh, the whole.
yeah. Stay. tie his bandana around him on your head. Yeah. It's a nice hat. Where'd you get that?
You, I think.
Yes.
Your wife gave it to me. It was a little gift.
We're gonna pray if you want to talk to God.
I just pray that tonight we can change some people. Pray that they will sponsor some kids and just get out of their comfort zones. And we ask these things in your name. Amen. All right.
We're all out of packets for the food thing. Completely gone, no more. We're completely out of all packets to sponsor a kid.
Hey.
Guys, we're out of packets. There's no more kids in the world left to sponsor.
Maybe they shouldn't have underestimated us so much.
That venue is really cool because they have curtains, and when the curtains finally spread, it was just like a huge roar of cheers. And
I see the curtain closing in. I stand left out. I've never looked so alone. The steel in my strings is cutting my fingertips. Spotlight must have burned out. She told me she loved me, said she would book me, said that she liked our sound. And the crowd was before me, knew they could hear me say my life had been changed inside out. Well, take a bow, she says you're done. Run through the fire escape, moving right off into the sun. take a bow, she says you're done. Take a whole show to another love. Now the smoke was hanging low, the neon signs making the hallway glow. I'm wondering high, knowing the songs I sang, told of a love from the sky. She told me she loved me, said she would prove me, said that she liked our sounds. And the crowd was before me, knew they could hear me say my love had been changed inside out. We take a bow, she says you're done. Run through the fire escape and ride off into the sun. Take a bow, she says you're done. Take your whole show to another love. The marquee lights were bright, saying we were rocking inside. I want my light to shine, love can turn the tides. Now we'll lead the way, show you how to fly away. Yeah, take a bow, she says you're done. Run through the fire escape and ride off into the sun. Take a bow, she says you're done. Take your home show to another one.
The show went very well. I think we played as well as we had on the whole tour. Just nailed just about everything.
It was kind of like that first night that the sound was perfect. We had everything that we wanted individually as far as personal mixes, and we just nailed it. We played great.
James, food for the hungry bought us pizza. Because we're hungry. Hey.
My family, we are the ultimate factory tourers, and we used to go on trips as a family, and we would just stop in at the Kellogg's factory and see how they'd spray vitamins on cereal, on cornflakes, and make them, nutritional. And we would just get samples of everything. I mean, I've been to car factories, tire factories, I've toured nuclear submarines, Jelly Belly factory.
I'm not sure, but I think Scott may work as a spy for a government agency, because everywhere we go, it seems like he sets up these tours of factories, and they end up being pretty fun, but I think that he calls his sponsoring country and tells them all the little secrets that he gets from them. But so he set up a tour with the Gibson factory, which is always fun. It's fun because I went to college in that town that they are developed, and I'd never, in the 7 years that I lived there, ever saw them.
But it's a really cool factory. They make everything by hand, and they have like all of the old presses and stuff that they made Elvis's guitars on. They moved them from Nashville. Nashville has a factory that does some acoustics, but mainly does the electric guitars. And so we fit that in, and I think it was pretty cool.
Really, I mean, I enjoy seeing the process, but what I was most excited about is being able to truly use the word luthiers, because you don't get to use that word in real life very much and have it mean anything. So I just remember walking around saying luthiers the whole time.
Gibson did not let us keep a guitar, but we did get picks. We got picks that say Gibson on them. So Gibson, we appreciate the guitar picks. But if you have any extra guitars, we could use them.
This is important. This is not a show.
That's right.
Paintball, man. This is important.
We had the wonderful experience of playing paintball with Jonah33. Grand prize was supposed to be there too, but Luke had to fly out to see a professional football game. That's cool, but this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience to play paintball.
Lewistown is the geographical dead center of the state. in Montana, and there's like a house there where people can come in, and it's like right underneath their kitchen sink. I don't know if they have some kind of marker, but supposedly the rumor is you can open up their sink and there's some sort of marker. I don't know, but it is right here in the dead center of the state. And then Billings is down here, and Bozeman is over here, and they form a triangle. And then kind of right in between those is Big Timber.
I think I probably bundled up more than I needed to because it's padding. So I think I had a t-shirt, a long sleeve shirt, a thermal shirt, a sweatshirt, a hoodie, and a parka on. And so it was probably disadvantage for the other team because I didn't even know when I was shot.
Can't shoot it.
It was Jonah33 versus Pivitplex. And I'd like you to understand that Jonah33, they're pretty good sized guys and they're pretty tough. I won't mention any names, but somebody got in a little trouble for having brass knuckles.
They're going down.
We weren't prepared, and we just wore what was available to us, which was these like blue jumpsuits, blue and green jumpsuits that, you know, worked pretty well, but we weren't camouflaged at all. The Jonah guys went out to an army surplus store and bought full body camo so they could disappear, but it obviously didn't help them at all.
I don't consider ourselves experts. I mean, Josh owns his own paintball gun, but he also owns his own bowling shoes and ball.
Hey, mine's just like this. Mine doesn't have any. You don't have to do
Who shot you? Team elimination is probably what we should start with. So you just try to kill the whole other team. That's just the point.
We decided to take them on mano a mano, and it was band against band, and they were all like talking us down and, you know, being all macho, because they're physically, if we were to get into a fight, there is no question that they would absolutely just beat us to a bloody pulp. They're huge.
What's going on, man? I know this is the Pivitplex, whatever it's called. I don't really care. Anybody that's a fan of Pivitplex, Jonah33 sincerely apologizes for any damages incurred.
Okay, you guys ready? What's our strategy?
Fuck him up already.
We're gonna kill him.
Hold on a second. You wait till we catch your win if we do this.
Don't lose me, man. I'm not going to leave you behind. Nobody gets left behind. Is that all right? Nobody gets left behind. Okay! Ready or not?
They're not really sure what they do. I think they basically just stood in a group and we shot them, and we just spread out and rushed them. And it was a lot of fun. We just lit them up. I mean, we literally beat them in 5 minutes both times, and they they got so mad.
Pivitplex wins. Go try again. Other side. Yeah! Woo! Hey, so one of you guys hit me in the face. I didn't even realize it.
Where at? Where were you? I'll take credit for that.
Behind that tree.
That last firefight between you and Vince, man, that was sweet. One of us should run for those hay bales.
Yeah, those hay bales are great.
That mound right there is great too. I'll go for that mound right in the middle.
Eddie said last time that the hay bales are death.
Well, you know what? I'm going to take them and you guys are going to flank me.
Yeah.
If I get shot in the back, you guys know whose fault it is, right? Yeah.
Their strategy was to bunker down together and attack out, where we went on the offensive and surrounded them and pelted them from the outside. And it was like, seriously, 5-10 minutes that it took to beat them every game, and we've played them several times. So obviously we're more trained in the art of warfare.
Got him!
Man, if I'd had just a couple more bullets, it was on.
Are you guys trying it, guys?
No!
Doesn't matter.
Go!
From the word go, we just start bull rushing them. I mean, full out sprints, get as much ground as we could, and they would generally stay back. And I'll tell you what, the best defense is a good offense, is what I always say. So we went straight for them, just started pelting them, and we took care of them like this, like this.
Down this bunch of trees, Curtis.
I think that probably just because they're one of the most intimidating bands in the world, because they're all huge and mean looking, even though they're really nice guys, we're really skinny and effeminate. So I think it made them mad that we were beating them. But it was a really great day and a great memory, and we are going to try to do that again next time we go through. Not only was it really fun for us, but Jonah33 said it was probably some of the most fun that they've had on tour. And that's always great, because when we're with bands, especially when you take them to your home area, it just makes you feel great that you can encourage them. And, you know, when we have to be away from home, we try to have as much fun as we can.
Who's the primary winner?
Well, it's either Scott or James. They never lost.
James somehow convinced Scott Siri to, or we all did, to stand in front of us, and we were going to shoot him in the buttocks with our guns. And he was just going to see if it left kind of a welt or anything. I mean, that takes courage and a little bit of,
What's this for?
I don't know what, stupidity, I guess, all combined.
Keep going. Run, Forrest! Run, Forrest, run! Keep going.
Do you think he's actually that much in pain?
I think so.
Hey, I think we should give a prize to the person who has the worst wound.
He couldn't sit down on the toilet for a while after that.
Show and tell time. Ready?
This ought to be good.
That is awesome.